Are you a card show dealer? Be aware. If you're a card show dealer, especially in the state of Wisconsin, you will now be required to submit information to card show promoters, which the promoters, then have to pass along to the Wisconsin Department of Revenue. This letter was in my mailbox last week. I was going to do a video. In fact, I recorded a video. The day I received the letter, I decided to not publish it. I wanted to talk to my accountant. I wanted to talk to other card show promoters before releasing any information and in talking about the subject. So that has all been out of the way. I've talked with my accountant. I've talked with other show promoters. Other card show promoters in the state of Wisconsin have now received either a letter or an email. I know a couple promoters have not yet received any dialogue from the Wisconsin Department of Revenue to this point as of June 3rd, but I expect that to change in them to be receiving some emails. There's actually a couple card shows this weekend where you may see forms to fill out as a dealer, and you'll have to do this for the June 17th Madison Card Show at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. This may be, you may be watching this, you may be a dealer in another state in the United States and think, what are you talking about? We've been doing this for years, because it's a state-by-state basis. There's some states where this is required, and actually even more information is required. There are some states like Illinois currently where you don't have to provide this information. This law, this is a state law in Wisconsin, and it's actually been on the books for at least a couple years. I was aware of this law when the card show began in April of 2021. In talking with other promoters, I asked them, hey, do you have to do this? Oh, no, we've never done that. So it was kind of, well, don't have to do it. But now, at least in the state of Wisconsin, they are starting to communicate with card show promoters, and they are requesting information from dealers that are setting up at card shows across the state of Wisconsin. So this letter that I received, it's a temporary event information request. Operators of temporary events in the state of Wisconsin are required to file Form S-240 Wisconsin Temporary Event Report to submit information about all sellers at an event within 10 days of the event close. Our records show that you were an event operator of Madison Card Show on May 27, 2023. Our revenue field agents may attend your event this year to verify registration information and collect outstanding liabilities. So it also gives you a link to the Form S-240. What happens if promoters don't submit this information? There are consequences. If you do not submit Form S-240 by the due date, you may acquire the following: a $200 penalty for the first failure to submit, a $500 penalty for each subsequent failure to submit. So what is the information that the Department of Revenue is requesting? So I do have a screenshot of what is on that Form S-240, and they're seeking your basic address, your email address, your phone number, the last 4 digits of your social security number. What are the repercussions if you do not supply the information? That I don't know. I'm not an attorney, so I can't tell you what may happen. I can tell you it is a state law in the state of Wisconsin that you have to submit this information if you're setting up and selling. And it's not just card shows. It's flea markets. It's any event, farmers markets, anything like that. It's basically a temporary event. You're selling stuff. So you're required to pass on this information. If you do your taxes, you do not do your taxes. I don't care, but the Department of Revenue probably does. So if you're in the state of Wisconsin, if you set up at the Madison Card Show, just be alert that you will be receiving a form at the June 17th Card Show and other card shows in the state of Wisconsin. You may likely see these forms as well. If you're in a state other than Wisconsin, you may see them eventually. I will say Illinois has this law on the books. I don't think the state of Illinois has enough people to track down card show promoters. Apparently, Wisconsin, they've hired some new people, so now they have the time. But I won't editorialize. So if you're in other states, just be alert that this could happen. It's not a surprise to me. I expected something to come down the pipe, especially with the popularity the hobby has become. We have TV shows. We're hearing reports of $1 million cards being sold. We have Netflix shows geared towards high-end sports cards. And the Department of Revenue wants to get their cut of that pie. So be alert. Again, Madison Card Show, June 17th. If you're setting up, you will have to supply that information. Please take it easy on the promoters, not just me, but other promoters at card shows. We just don't want to get fined. We don't want to get audited. We don't want to get arrested for a misdemeanor of not supplying information to the Department of Revenue as we promote card shows. So please, please, please do not take it out on us card show promoters. Please send your letters, emails, gripes, complaints to the Wisconsin Department of Revenue, or if you have to do this in other states, your state Department of Revenue. So thank you for tuning in. Probably won't get too many likes on this video. Check out my other stuff on YouTube. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend.